Okay guys, welcome back to another video. So here we'll dive into Zaboomafoo.
Amazing! What a great day! Something's in the air. Listen, do you hear all those creatures singing?
So Zaboomafoo is about life, like wildlife. So wildlife, we can look at things like groups. It's called herds. So here's a flock of birds. There's going to be a herd of sheep. There's going to be a murder of ravens. There's going to be a school of fish. So we have to know, like a stampede of elephants. We have to know what word is used for the term plural for the animals. What's also important to study is like when animals have stripes or dots. We have to know what color is the fur versus like what color is that characteristic. So you look at a panda bear. You look at a panda. A panda is a bear with white fur with black stripes and black eyes. Like someone with a speech impediment would say it's black and white bear. And another example of a speech impediment would be like, what is a tiger? A tiger has orange fur with black stripes, but it does not have like black fur with the orange. So like let's work on some speech impediments. Okay, so a panda bear is a white bear with black stripes and black eyes. A tiger has orange fur with black stripes. A cheetah has yellow fur with black polka dots. A polar bear is a white bear, a bear with white fur. A mountain lion is a lion that can live up in the mountains. Like a mountain deer is a deer that lives better in the mountains because of the hooves on the feet. So, yeah.
Creature songs. Everybody's singing today. Whoa! Oh, even Martin.
So here are
And
the
her.
Kraft brothers.
Another great singer. A
These are the
chipmunk.
hosts. These are hosts of the show. One host could be the main host, one could be a co-host. Let's say you're an artist like Drake. What I like about Drake so much is he has this line that says, like Charlemagne, I see the light in the darkest patches. Because Charlemagne is this African American person who was called out for bleaching his skin. Because he gets lighter and lighter. So then Drake says, like Charlemagne, I see the light in the darkest patches. Like Charlemagne, I'm staring at the mirror and then bleaching where it is too dark so that I look white. Like Charlemagne, I see the light in the darkest patch. That's why I like Drake. That's what makes Drake one of the greatest rappers of all time. Like Charlemagne, I see the light in the darkest patches. But like as a rapper, as an artist or like producer or influencer, why don't you ever want to reply to a radio host? Because the joke about radio hosts, radio silence, is that imagine what the guy in the back looks like. like if I'm somewhere like someone critiques my music and they say your music's not good and I'm hearing it from the radio. And then I know what Roz and Mocha look like. I know what Charlemagne looks like. If you're the host of the show, then imagine the guy in the back. So that's why as a artist, you should never acknowledge radio hosts. So then Drake, after he does that line, he then says, I'll send bottles to Charlemagne. And then Drake is putting so much emphasis on criticism he's receiving from radio hosts. When the radio silence, the joke is that imagine the guy in the back. So I'm a rapper. A rapper in Toronto. It's like I I just won't acknowledge any sort of criticism from the radio. I even made this one track where I was like, hey, J. Cole, I'm coming to you through the radio. So it's like, if J. Cole's listening to my music, he's driving. Instead of being a CD cassette tape, it's like, hey, J. Cole, I'm coming at you from the radio. I'm making a top #1 hit. If I called you and LeBron was off the meds, then I'm calling you pissed off because he's not on PE then. So I make it so good that I make sure at the beginning of the song I say, J. Cole, I'm coming to you at the radio. So then what happened to J. Cole's character? J. Cole's character was rapping so intensely. He had so many songs with Drake. He had an album with Drake. He's dropping all his music, and then he writes this beautiful poem. What's it called? Poor Antonio. And it's such a good song. Like, it's a 9-minute song where he is rapping, and it's so high level. But then you just know that, like, when he put that pen is lethal. That we haven't heard from J. Cole. Like, J. Cole could have passed away from writing Poor Antonio. Because the pen is lethal.
The creature world is full of great singers. Looms that call across the lake. There's lots to sing about.
And every creature has a different reason for singing.
And there are lots of great singers around.
Except one's missing.
Zabu. Zabu! Zaboo-mafoo! Zabu!
Zabu!
He's here! Hey, Zabu! Feel like singing today? How about other singers? You see anybody out there? Actually, Zabu, can you sing? Zabu? Wow! You know Zabu. He doesn't talk until he's had his snack.
So, like, what's so interesting about this TV show is, like, you don't know if Zabu is a puppet. So then, let's say you're coming home from school. Let's say you're going home for lunch because your public school is near you. You show up for lunch. You're watching TV. You're trying to watch the Fire and Ice Brothers. You know, you turn on the TV. All of a sudden, these puppets, like from Sesame Street, these puppets start talking to each other. Now, there's a chance that your TV is a flat screen and it's a regular TV. Or there's a chance that someone just put on a show for you and they're hiding behind the TV doing puppets. Now, how would you know? You would only know if that person behind the puppet show got out and had the sticks in the puppet and then said, look, it is just a puppet show that I put on for you. So when you're watching TV, when it's a puppet show, you don't know if it's a puppet show unless that person comes out and tells you it's a puppet show.
Come on, Zabu, we have apples today. Here you go, buddy. Yeah. Zabu loves apples.
But like, this is just disgusting. Why is this disgusting? Is it disgusting because it's a black animal? You never want to eat a black animal. You know, like, let's say like I knew a person, right? Like I know some person, this person complained that they were so poor that their dad picked up a stray animal. If that animal is black, like that is just so disgusting. So then, any black animal, a squirrel, next time you see a squirrel, say the squirrel is not cute. Then you'll start progressing in life more.
Hey, hi everybody. It's great to see you today.
That was some burp, Zabu. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I burp when I'm Vuki. Oh, brothers, look! Mangatsika, the singing. I love.
So like parrots. one thing I was taught early in age is never say what a parrot wouldn't say. So, let's say like Crystal once asked me, she's like, "What do you think of Pamela's Twitch account?" And then, like, let's say she's not blowing up. You know, like maybe I've strategized a way where I'm like, if she played Among Us, she would blow up. But instead, she's playing a different game. So let's say I want to critique her. But then, so Crystal asked me, like, hey, look, she's deliberately not playing Among Us. She's deliberately stifling her own strength and her potential. Don't you want to angrily critique her? You know, like, it kind of had that connotation. Like, what do you think of Pamela's Twitch account? To see if I would, like, if she would get a rise out of me. We should never say what a parent wouldn't say. Things would always come back to us. So then what did I say? I just said, I think it's great. And then I just imagined there's a parrot. Because the parrot, everything you say, so you have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be used against you in court at all times. That is the First Amendment. Just so easily. Like, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. So then someone wants your opinion on something. This person promises to not tell. Holding secret is really hard. So then even if this person promises not tell, you know, you also notice a lot of things, like your thoughts aren't yours even. Like the Hikaru game where he plays against world number 4. What do you think Hikaru said to himself to set himself against Origin? I bet Hikaru just played as world number 3 against world number 4, and then Hikaru just said to himself, I'm a professional. And then I bet after he said he's a professional, just played regularly, because that is just true. So we can set ourselves apart from other people in our field of endeavor by simply telling ourselves that we are professionals. It's like that Drake dance, you know, and he's setting it off and saying, world number 3 will just end up in world number 3. World number 2 will end up in world number 2. And world number 1 will just end up in world number 1.
Love the singing. So did the creature I saw. Who could it be? Who could it be? This animal who I did see. Can you help me guess this mystery? He had bird feet. Bird feet.
So this reminds me of Pokemon that we'll go into. Because in Pokemon they say, guess who's this Pokemon? And then you just have to guess this Pokemon. And it could be evolving, this Pokemon. This Pokemon could be Eevee. Evolving in 3, 2, 1, you know. It could be a not evolving Pokemon. It could be Electro. And so you can guess the Pokemon. Sometimes it's evolving, sometimes it's not evolving. Zabumafu does the same thing, where it's like, who could it be? This animal that I did see. Who could it be? This mystery. But yeah, as we move forward into the field of our endeavor, and that we are professionals, you know, it's like if you're rooting for number 4 against world number 3 and you're at Times Square, you are rooting for the greatest upset in history. Things like that just don't happen. There's no point in rooting for number 4 against world number 3. There's no point in rooting for world number 2 to play and win against the world number 1. Things like that just don't happen. It's like, why can an NBA player beat a D1 athlete? Because the NBA player likely has the resources to live near the facility. So by the time you wake up, they already put up 2,000 shots while this person is brushing their teeth. So my advice to this person brushing their teeth is to cut off the risk. Don't brush with a Nike Tech fleece on. Always brush your teeth shirtless. So everyone start brushing their teeth shirtless. You'll feel better. And then why can't a random stranger go up to LeBron James and ask to play on one-on-one? because LeBron James is a professional. LeBron James will just shoot threes, and we see it. The NBA runs, he's just dribbling up to a stranger and just shooting a three. And then the NBA player, the stranger tries his best. But then the issue with that is this person had to make their own meals, had to cut carrots. They get to the gym at 2 p.m. By 2 p.m., LeBron James has put up 5,000 shots. That a random stranger can never beat an NBA player because an NBA player is a professional. They'll just shoot threes.